Well, I'm going to be doing this specifically for people who are graduating from the Family System Engineering Certification Program, even though it's applicable to anyone who has done any form of family life coaching program or the other. The biggest challenge that people are dealing with is that they have certification without making profit. A lot of people have gone for various programs, various coaching programs, paid so much money that they can't even recoup whatever they paid. Now, I have been through a number of certification programs, and one of the things that I feel has been consistently lacking in many certification programs is the support for the students once they graduate from those classes. I know that there are students who have to go for um, practicum like we do at the Institute of Family Engineering and Development. When you take a certification program, you have to go to the field and take your do your field work, which is like 100 hours, right? And do your practicum, then you fix an exit interview panel before you're certified. But even while people are doing their practicum, it's I believe that they should be able to earn from what they have learned in class, right? And so this one I have titled it From Certification to Profit. It's going to be a 10-part series, 10 steps fail proof, 10-step fail proof framework for building a profitable family life coaching business. Now I'll tone it down a little bit because you see, when I left some of the certification programs that I did, I remember that my lecturer was saying to us that we couldn't even reach him, that if we had to reach him or talk to him, we had to pay some crazy amount of money. And so I felt something was wrong. And so when we started the Institute of Family Engineering Development, which is the premier institute for family life coaches across the continent of Africa. We presently have a presence in about 19 to 20 countries. One of the things I wanted to do with my team was to unhold people when they graduated from our school and then provide some kind of support. We've done a bit of that. And I always say to them that, see, it's not given. It's like when you go to Harvard or you go to Yale, when you graduate, they don't have to get you a job. That's your responsibility. But we understand that sometimes a lot of people have a problem with selling or becoming profitable. And so we have had to create all kinds of mentoring programs so that the practitioners who are doing well can support the ones who are just starting. And so I love the way King Solomon puts this. And if you know me very well, you know that this is one of my favorite verses of the scriptures. And it says, any enterprise is built by wise planning, becomes strong through common sense, and profits wonderfully by keeping abreast of the facts. So I first want to say, congratulations for leaving class. Congratulations for your certification program. But I'll say to you that that certification program is nothing if you cannot take it to the market and if you cannot speak the language of the market and create an effective strategy that can help you make money. I have run a profitable family life business, which is my private practice over the years, and I have functioned across UK, US, Canada, and different countries of the world. And I have clients from almost all the continents of the world. And so, if there's anybody who should be talking to you, I think I should, because it's not just about competence, it's also about knowing what works and knowing what has failed and stuff like that. So, King Solomon is saying that any enterprise you want to build is got to be by wise planning. And I'm going to be sharing with you some of the practicalities that can help you shorten your journey even as you go on this project. Now, if you're operating in Africa, that is you're practicing in Africa, you need to understand that there's a whole lot to do, right? The value chain is very high because every time you see a problem, it's not for you to go on social media and call it out. We don't like the way all these young people are sleeping with themselves. You should get back into your closet and think, what family life solution can I create that can mitigate against this problem? Many years ago, there were young people who were prostituting in Lagos, Nigeria. What did I do? I went into the field to try and rehabilitate. While I was rehabilitating them, I realized that more people were going to join prostitution ring. And so what did I do? I analyzed the people I had rehabilitated and I realized that almost all of them were victims of child sexual abuse. And so what did I do? I decided to prevent child sexual abuse by creating the most comprehensive sexual education kit Africa ever witnessed, right? And then what to teach a child about sex from 18 months to 18 years. And people were buying it. I was making money while solving problems. It was from that I started solving parenting problem, then family life problem and what have you. And look at where that has led me. So a lot of us, we see problems, we talk about it, we call it out, but we do nothing about it. Your calling out does not make you profitable. It doesn't even solve the problem, but attempting to do something about it is a win on itself. So if you look across the continent of Africa today, South Africa have a high divorce rate. North Africa, rising rates of divorce. East Africa, rising divorce rate as women become economically independent. If you check West Africa, it's starting to rise. As a matter of fact, Nigeria is in West Africa, and I know that the divorce rate is high. In fact, we're almost becoming a single parent-led nation, right? Sub-Saharan Africa divorce rates are traditionally lower due to religious and cultural norms, but it's starting to rise due to urbanization. And so that should tell you that, that is low. It's not, doesn't mean marriages are working. It just means that, religion covers a whole lot. So you can find a lot of abuse in many of those kind of situations. Now, in the UK in 2024, when I worked in the UK in April that year, we found out that unreasonable behavior is 45% is the most cited reason for divorce, as it covers a number of aspects. Essentially, it refers to either the husband or wife behaving so badly that the other half of the couple can no longer stay married to them. Unreasonable behavior. So it means that marriages are collapsing. It means that family life coaches are needed across the globe. Now, you need to understand that when you take your certification and you graduate, right? When I graduate, when I became certified and I started working in this field, as a matter of fact, there was a certification program in Africa when I started out. So I literally have to create one. I literally have to depend on what was foreign, and then I was doing a bit of adaptation, right? So we didn't know what we have right now as an industry. Some of us literally have to pioneer that industry, right? And so in that value chain, there are multiple opportunities that you can niche down into, from personal coaching to group coaching to organizing employee family assisted program, to report preparation, to deals from government, consulting, intellectual property development. You can do partnerships, you can do not-for-profit, you can even do media, movie making, matchmaking, preparation and response. You can get into the arts and entertainment sector. You can decide to sing love song. There is so much to do in this sector. And so the first step post qualification from school that I think you need is you want to define your niche and your ideal client. A lot of people want to do everything, right? I'll tell you that for 11 years of my life, I wrote about family life. I wrote about it consistently every day in the days of BlackBerry. And so don't think that you're going to just post something and go to bed, which is what many of you do. There's what we call traction science. Traction science works with consistency, except you are lucky. And not many is going to be lucky. So it means that you got to show up every day. Shoot your videos from tomorrow, right? Post something. If there is a case that is a difficult case or a sad case, go in there. I mean, when President Donald Trump and President Zelensky had that argument at the Oval Office, I looked at the family life dimension to it, and I picked 5 marital lessons from that exchange, and I shot it as a video. There's what we call the law of utilization, which means you need to maximize every moment, right? And so the first thing is you want to define your niche and an ideal client, right? And so basically what you need to put in place is a clear niche. What do you want? What problem do you want to solve? Which one comes naturally to you? Is it premarital coaching? Is it parenting teenagers? Is it conflict resolution? Is it blended family? Is it divorce, single parenting? There is so much to do in this sector, right? And so you want to sit down and ask yourself, what is that thing that you naturally do that? Because when you find your place, right, you become a book other people read. But until then, you have to be reading other people's books for the rest of your life. When is it in the entire value chain that ideas come to you naturally? And so you want to niche down and say, do you want to be a premarital coach? And even the premarital coach, you now need to know your demography or your ideal client, because there is a place you go and niche that they don't have money to pay. If you are going to niche to the lower class or maybe some of the middle class, then if you're a pastor, you better start a singles fellowship so that they can give offering, right? Because if you sell a coaching program of $200, some of them can't afford it, right? So you have to define your audience. What is the profile of your ideal client? And if that's so easy to do, you want to check who are the people that normally come to you, for relationship advice. That's your ideal client, right? If you now want to change to now say, maybe I want to reach out to the upper class because those are the ones that needs to pay, that can pay, you will need to change. You need to understand the persona of the upper class, the language of the upper class, the dressing of the upper class. You need to totally repackage yourself and be intentional with the videos you shoot regularly, right? So you want to know the age, the income level, the challenges they are dealing with. I mean, you literally do a demography and a psychography of your ideal client, right? If you don't know what to do, you can use some of the AI tools and say, okay, this is the kind of people I want to be reaching out to. Can you help me create a psychography or demography of those people? I mean, with ChatGPT and DeepSeek, between the two of them, you can get a whole lot, right? And so far, you have defined your niche. You know exactly the place you want to be. Singles you want to be reaching, that's premarital. So you want to know what are the goal problems around the singles network, right? Or if it's married people, it means it's post-marital counseling, coaching that you want to do. It's not counseling, coaching that you want to do. So you are reaching out to people who want their marriages to work. So that means you want to do retreats, you want to do coaching, you want to do group coaching, you want to do seminars, you want to do all kinds of things, maybe conferences and what have you, right? And so here are the action steps you will have to take. One, can you identify the top three family related issues you are passionate about solving? Please don't lie to yourself. What are you most passionate about solving? Mention three, right? And number two, can you research your target market to understand their pain point and willingness to pay for solutions? Are you targeting upper class? Are you targeting middle class? Are you targeting low class? Like I told you, low class will hardly pay for things, but low class can give offering. So it's a game of numbers. If what they can give is like $5 or $2 or $10, right? You just need like 1,000 of them to give you $10, right? And then you meet with them every week, right? That's what you can do. So that's like a singles fellowship, right? But if that's not what you're doing, then you want to maybe sell what they can buy at their level, right? You need to understand that. And so if it's the middle class and the upper class, the way you reach out to them is totally different. So you want to leverage. And you see, many of the things we are ignoring is the indigenous coaching, right? So you can begin to coach in your mother tongue, for example, right? I mean, if, for example, if you have a whole lot of people who speak your mother tongue and maybe they don't speak good English, you want to be able to reach to them. There's a lot you can do, right? And then so you want to do that. And so research your target audience to understand their pain point and willingness to pay for solution. Then you want to write a clear value proposition. Who do you help? There's a formula around that. Some people call it the elevator pitch. I assist X, I assist X achieve Y so that Z can happen. I assist X achieve Y so that Z can happen. So you need to find out what is X, what is Z, what is Y. I assist X achieve Y so that Z can happen, right? And so I help singles. I help singles who don't feel desirable. I help singles who don't feel attractive become attractive so that they can attract their ideal lovers for a relationship or something like that, right? Or I assist married people move from great marriage to exceptional marriage that is fail proof or divorce proof or something like that. It's got to be punchy, it's going to be great, and it's going to be something that they can see and they know that I need it. Finally, because you're new, I usually will recommend if you can find a practitioner who you love their practice and ask them if they have products they can license for you to use that can start you off so that you don't start off by going to create your own solution, right? So you can do franchising, as a matter of fact, because the cost of setup is usually very high, right? And so if you don't want to belabor yourself with that cost of setup, look for someone, right, who, and ask them, do you have franchising or something? With franchising, you take the entire product offering they have, they'll coach you on how to use it, and then you can become like a branch of them. You just need a simple office space. You will take their name, you will take all their products and all, and so you are not starting from scratch. You are just like a branch of a church or something like that, and then they will naturally rub off on you. Or if you don't want to do that, maybe you want to bear your own name, you can ask them if they have solutions that they can license you to use for the next 1 or 2 years thereabout, and then you can do a profit split. But you've got to be honest, and you've got to have a good reputation, depending on who you're talking to. For example, in our organization, we have a lot of franchisees, who use literally our product. We do management meeting regularly, right? And we know what the concerns they are having, challenges. We provide support. We use the same website, but then different expression, different Instagram handles and things like that. And so that is something that can kickstart you on a good stead. If that is what you want to do, just pick one person who you respect, who you love their content, who you love the way they do their thing, and go ask them. If they don't have, look for someone else that has, and that can shorten your journey totally. And then what you have to spend, it's not so much. Now, I didn't have anybody to teach me all of these things, so you're getting it, right? I hope this helps you. Now, when I come next time, I'll take on the second step you need to take. I hope this one has been very helpful. So please put a comment in there. Let me know how this has been able to help. And please go implement. Right. You can reach out to me. Those are the corporate numbers. You can send us a mail. Contact us at praisforwardtech.com if you're in North America, or if you're in the outside of Africa. If you're in Africa, that's our organization in Africa, familyhouseafrica.com. You can go on the website and you will see a whole lot that might interest you. You can shoot us a mail in there. And if it's certification, maybe you're not certified and you're listening to me, you want to have a certification. I mean, we have about the best certification in this sector, right? It's the only one that combines coaching with strategy, with therapy, and systems intelligence. So you can go to www.ifedacademy.com, right? And you will find the dates for that we have for the year. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you very much for joining me. You have a fantastic day. And know that, see, it's about your mindset. And I know that with your mindset, once you defeat the free mind mentality, then you will begin to charge a fee and you will win. I can't wait to hear you succeed and to see you succeed. Have a fantastic, fantastic day. I celebrate you. So know that we are committed to your success and we can't wait for you to succeed at what you're doing. Have a fantastic day.